Okay, we will continue our topic, our lesson about the structure of English. Okay, we are studying about adjectives, and we talk about the positive, the comparative, and the superlative. When we talk about degree of comparison about adjective, and so we will continue now. These are the examples of superlative adjectives. It's only an example. For example, she is the biggest of all. You see, biggest. He is the most talented person. Her voice is the most melodic I have ever heard. This room is the cleanest I have ever seen. So, wala nang mas malinis doon. That was the funniest thing I ever experienced. Okay? Uh, the colors are so vibrant, they are the most beautiful I have ever seen. So these are the example of superlative adjectives. Okay, examples. Okay. Now we have to check the roles for superlative adjectives. Okay. Superlative adjectives. Talk about the roles. Okay. Um, we have the one syllable, and you have to add est. So for example, the one syllable is clean. Clean. The role is you have to ask est. It will become a superlative adjective that is cleanest. Cleanest. Okay, cleanest. So when we talk about two syllables ending in y, okay, and ending in y. So you have to change the y to I and add est. Okay, a while ago is clean. You have to you have to add est in order to become the word clean from positive to superlative that is cleanest. So the two syllables ending in y change to I and add est. So busy. Busy. So you have to change the y into I and add est, that is the vicious. Vicious. So that is from busy to vicious. Two or more syllables that does not end with y. Okay, use the word most or least. So meaning instead of changing the syllables and add est, or instead from two syllables, instead of changing the y into I and add est, when we talk about two or more syllables that does not end with y, so use the word most or least. Most active. Okay? Most active. Least generous. Okay? So not activist. Not activist. So instead of active, you have to use the word most. You have to add most, that is most active. Or generous. So you have to add the word least, that is least generous. Now these are the roles for superlative adjectives from one syllable to two syllables ending in y, two or more syllables that does not end with y. Okay? So this is the roles for superlative adjectives. Okay? Now, let's check. Okay? Again, we have the positive. Okay, I'll show you again so that you know what we are talking. We have the positive, we have the comparative, we have the superlative when we talk about degree of freedom. Come again. Positive, comparative, superlative. Okay? We have the positive, the comparative, the superlative, and then we will go with the irregulars. Okay? Positive is tall, comparative is taller, superlative, tallest, tallest. Okay? The short, shorter, shortest. Nice, nicer, nicest. Big, bigger, the comparative. Biggest is superlative. Hot, the positive. Comparative is hotter. Superlative is hottest. Funny, the positive. Funnier and funniest. Expensive, more expensive. The most expensive. Interesting, more interesting. The most interesting. Okay? When we say the irregulars, we are always using this: the good, the better, the best. We're always using this: the bad, worse, the worst. Many, more, the most. Much, more, most, or the most. Far, farther, the farthest. So these are irregulars. Okay? So come again. I gave you an example about the positive, the comparative, the superlative, and the irregulars when we talk about the comparative of uh, adjectives. Okay, so if you are constructing a sentence, so you check. So if you are comparing, you have to use, instead of using tall or tallest, you have to use the taller. So if that is comparative. You are comparing two persons with another person. Okay? So, again, another example of the, okay, we have the one syllable. When you say one syllable, strong. Okay? Strong. Another example. So, the adjective there is strong or positive. Okay, that is the adjective. So the adjective there is strong, big, large, happy, gentle, expensive, or positive, or adjective. And okay, so I'm just showing you here the illustration. Okay, stronger, strongest, big, bigger, biggest, large, larger, largest. Okay, so again, a while ago I told you the roles, the roles. Okay, the roles. Um, for example, the consonant plus short vowel plus consonant. Okay. Uh, you see, we have the word ends in E or ends in Y. Okay, so you must know how to do it in comparative and superlative. When we talk about two syllables, when we say two syllables, gen and tel. Come again. When we say one syllable is strong. When you read strong, one only. When you say two syllables, gen, tel. That is two, two. Gen, tel. Not gentle, no, gentle. That is two syllables. So, whether you use the word gentler or more or most. When we say three syllables, Expensive. Expensive. Come again. 3 syllables. Expensive. So that's 3 syllables. Whether you add more and most. More expensive and most expensive. Okay. Um, Again, the irregular forms, that is either you in the adjective or positive, you are using the adjective good or little, and then so comparative is better and superlative is best. Little, less, least. No? Uh, these are the correct words in order to um, change the adjective or positive to comparative to superlative. Okay, little, less, and least. Good, better, and best. Okay. Now, let's talk about articles. Articles. You know, come again, the usage of, come again, what is the usage of the adjective? Come again, adjective. Adjective. Still remember the usage of adjective for noun and pronoun? Hello? What is the usage of the adjective to the noun and the pronoun? Hmm? I hope you are with me. Hello?
Let's
Uh,
go.
so we must understand,
We just wait.
we must understand, okay, um, the usage, okay? We must understand the usage of the the adjective to the noun and pronoun. Now we are now talking about the articles under the adjectives. An article is a word that comes before a noun. Check this. An article is a word that comes before a noun. Okay? So boy is the noun, the bee, and the apple. So when you say article, because there are 3 articles, the or the, a or a, an. Okay? So meaning if you are using the article under adjective, so you have, if you will use to the boy, so you will use the boy. Be, a bee. Apple, an apple. Okay, so you have to check this. The difference between the 3 article, the, a, or an, or the, a, and an. Okay, the article is a word that comes before a noun. Okay, so here we have the article a and the. Okay, so use for objects that are not specific or one of several things of a similar type. For example, phone. Phone. Okay, I need a phone. So you will insert before that noun the article a. I need a phone, because objects that are not specific or one of several things of a similar type, meaning when you talk upon, there are many kinds of phone. There are many kinds. Now, secondly, use the first time we introduce an object. I saw a movie last night. Okay? Okay, first time we introduce an object. Use as synonyms. Use as synonyms for the number one. Okay, they bought a computer. They bought a computer. Okay, used to indicate one of a group. Come again, used to indicate one of a group. She is a singer. So again, that's why you are using the article a. Now, if you are using the article the, use for specific objects or objects that both the speaker and the listener know. Can you give me the books on the table? So both the listener and the speaker, they know. Okay, can you give me the box on the table? The movie is based on a real life incident. Used when we mention the object again. For example, the Netherlands, used before plural countries or other plural regions and bodies of water. Netherlands. Again, the used before certain adjectives to give a plural meaning. The rich. Okay? The rich. So we are just giving you this as an example. Um, okay. In order to fully understand by using these three articles, a and the. A or a is used in front of singular countable nouns. Come again. A or article a is used in front or before of singular countable nouns. Countable ha, yung kayang nabibilang. A person, animal, or thing, which are not specific. Okay? So, we don't use a before uncountable or plural nouns. We are not using the article a. If a noun starts with a consonant sound, okay, consonant sound comes before the noun. Okay, that's by using the article a. If we are using the article an is used in front of singular countable nouns which are not specific. Okay, which are not specific. We don't use an before uncountable or plural nouns. Okay, we don't use. If the noun starts with a vowel sound, and comes before the noun. Okay. Later on, we will give example. The article the. We use the in front of all nouns. It does not matter whether the nouns are singular, plural, countable, or unaccountable to describe someone or something specific or unique. Okay, for example, the earth, the world, the sky. Okay, you see the world, the earth, the sky. If we are using, um, you know, um, if you are, okay, please allow me to use this. Uh, okay, wait for a minute. Okay, now let's check. If we will read I will give you an example uh, from the Bible. Okay. If you will go to Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, I will read it. In the beginning. Okay. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Okay. May I check? I will change it. I will change it. Okay. May I see? Okay. I'll change from. Okay. Let's check this. In Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, if we will read in English, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. If okay, I will count. In the beginning, God created the and the heavens and the earth. So how many words? I think around 10. Around 10. In the beginning, God created and the heavens and the earth. That is 10. But if you will read, I have tried to understand me. If you will read in Hebrew language, in the beginning, there is no such thing as article da. Listen to me carefully. In the Hebrew words, in Genesis chapter 1, verse 1, there is no article da. If I will read again in English, in beginning, God created and heavens and earth. There are only 7 words according to the original Hebrew. What is the difference between putting the article da and removing the article da? Okay? You will change the meaning of the sentence. Okay? So in beginning, there is no such thing as in the beginning. So you are changing the meaning of the sentence by removing or omitting the article da. So this is not, so there is no such thing as recreation. It is creation. There's a big difference between recreation and creation. It is because of the article da. Okay, it is because you remove the article da, so you change the meaning. Okay, so there is an importance of using the article a and da. Okay, so you are changing. Um, you check because we are just studying well. Okay, so again, you are just one of these 3 article a and da used to modify or introduce a noun. Modify or introduce a noun. We keep on telling you that adjective is to modify the noun or the pronoun. A for general nouns that begin with a consonant sound. Come again, a consonant sound. Friend, truck. So a friend, a truck. And for general nouns that begin with a vowel sound. Egg, actor. So an egg, an actor. The for specific nouns. So the teacher, the chair, so you are just specifying the teacher. Okay? You are just specifying the noun. So you're talking about specific. Okay, so you have to check these three article of adjective. Okay. Again, this evening, it is because what we want is this. I want you, because there are many more, so I forget to put. Later on, I will put. Come again, when we talk about, so come again, when we talk about adjectives, you are just modifying. Don't forget, modifying the noun and the pronoun. And I believe you know the difference between the noun and a pronoun. Is that clear? Clear? The difference between noun and a pronoun? Okay. Can you tell me? Hmm? The noun and the pronoun? I hope you got my point. Huh? Can you how do you understand pronoun? Hmm? How do you understand pronoun? The difference between the noun and the pronoun? Huh? The difference between the noun and the pronoun? Somebody will give me the answer? Hello? How many students here? Oh, we have only 5. I don't know where are the others. You know. Um.
Yes, Doc.
Yes. Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Now, nasa labas po kasi ako medyo magkamaingay. The noun word then used to identify any a class of people, places, or things.
Yeah. How about pronoun?
Pronoun
Doc, good
means,
evening.
Good evening,
sorry.
Ramil. Go ahead, Ramil. Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, pronoun means the word, text, concept, or action.
Uh-huh.
Intend. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Doc,
Ah,
pronoun.
Ramil, go ahead,
Ako po sa
Ramil.
pronoun, Doc.
Okay, go ahead, Ramil. Go ahead.
Pronoun, Doc, is using the third person like him, she, he.
Okay, so
Doc,
yeah, go ahead, Ramil, go ahead. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
the pronoun, Doc, is using the third person like he, him, she.
Okay. So meaning, so the pronoun is a word that stands in for a noun, okay? So instead of repeating the name of a person, so you have to use either he or she
Or him.
or him or them or oneself, yourself, it.
There.
Okay. So again, it's very important, huh? It's very important to note in order to not to use the redundancy of using words is not good. Okay, redundancy or redundant. So if you are saying a sentence or constructing a sentence, be careful of redundancy. Be careful of redundant. Okay, you must know how to beautify. Now, how to beautify your sentence by modifying the noun or the pronoun by using the adjective. Okay? By using the adjective. So if you are using the adjective, okay, so that is modifying the noun or the pronoun. Okay? Uh, more question, please? Because the most important thing for us is that, you know, uh, the, we must understand the how to construct the sentence and how to construct these words into a sentence, into a paragraph, in order to be understood clearly by your listener, or if you are writing a book, by your reader. Okay? It depends on how we use and construct the word. Okay? It depends on us. Okay? That's my point in this subject. Okay? Any question? More question? Um, sometimes, okay. Well, praise God, with the help of technology, there are many applications. They are correcting our grammar, correcting our spelling, okay, reconstructing our sentence. So we have the Grammarly, we have the paraphrasing, we have the other application that will help us to beautify our sentence, how to pronounce correctly the word. That's a good thing, and thank you for the technology that we are now using. Okay? So come again, keep on speaking English, keep on using, because we know that constant practice makes you perfect. Okay? Constant practice makes you perfect. Okay? So you know now how to use the article? Article a, article an, and article da. Okay? The difference between the a, the an, and the da. Okay? Okay? That's why I used a while ago the Genesis chapter 1 verse 1 in order for us to understand the difference between recreation and the original creation. It is because the original writer of Genesis chapter 1 verse 1, he didn't use the article da. Okay? More question, please. More question? May I see? Um, okay, because actually we have many students, but sadly, many are not attending our class. Many are not attending our class. I don't know the reason. Maybe the reason is they are very busy, or they are lazy to attend the class. The problem is this:
Mhm.
when time comes that you will use your degree, when time comes, listen to me carefully. Your degree is Bachelor of Secondary Education, major
Major in English.
in English, and yet you don't know how to speak well in English. That's your problem later on. Okay? You cannot even construct a very good paragraph. That's the problem later on. And when you teach, and they task you to teach English grammar, and that's the problem. Okay, that's the problem. So again, so okay, let's check. So we are just reviewing. Okay, so we are just reviewing this. Oh, what's that? Uh, may I see that? Okay. Okay.
Ramil, maingay.
Mel?
Ulan kasi
Anong
dito,
gina...
Dok.
Ah?
Hindi ko na-unmute.
Okay, sige lang
Maulan
anak.
kasi dito sa amin.
Okay, sige lang. Sige lang Ramil, sige lang anak. Kasi naunawaan ko naman mahirap ang kalagayan mo, no? Sige lang anak, sige lang. It's okay. Okay lang, sige lang. Okay, we are just reviewing the what we have learned this evening. Okay. You see this the adjectives is the usage is to answer the question which, what kind, how many. You see, you are describing the noun, you are modifying the noun, okay, in order for the people to really understood what you are talking. It is because if you are talking the woman, that is a general term for all women. But if you are describing the woman by adding beautiful or by adding pretty or preacher, okay, or ugly or other word, you are just describing that noun or that pronoun. Okay, it's very easy to understand. Okay, so we talk about the purpose of the adjective, the classification of the adjectives, especially we have the absolute, the arrangement. We talk about the comparisons, and we have here the positive, the comparative, and the superlative. Okay, when we talk about the degree of comparison of the adjective. Okay, and don't forget the roles. Don't forget the roles when we use the for superlative. So don't forget the